All right.
I figured I'd be the one to say it. I was disappointed that nobody said
All right, not getting the notification, so I'm going to have to actually look it up. All right, it's saying we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the North American Racing Series. Getting ready to go green flag at Indianapolis, where John Waterforce and Snowy will sit on the front row. Green flag is out. 24 lap first stage. These laps will not go by quick. This is a very big racetrack, so we will see how this one all shakes out right now. It is Waterforce. Ooh, rocking the Sunny D paint scheme this week. That's pretty sweet. Nice little shake up in the black and blue he normally runs. And there he goes out of turn 3. Small field tonight. How many people really feeling comfortable running the Indy Oval? John Waterforce, though, out to the lead. Snowy second. Jacob falls down to 4th as Hockey Bukaki up to 3rd. Zakin 6 rounds out your top 5. T-Dog sits in 6th, while Jet Blast falls to the back end of the field. Man, not how we envisioned seeing the 1 today. I believe this is your... Whoa, I think now we see why. Nope, Jet was saying he wanted to put on a show. He sure is doing that. Here we go. Zach trying to get to the inside of the 77. Can't make it stick. And now 3 laps out of 24 down and out here in the first stage. Drivers just trying to find those runs. Jacob to the inside of the 38. Hockey already moved up into 2nd. And Snowy dropping a lot of positions as here comes T-Dog. Taking a peek to his inside. Oh, and the 17... Giving up the lead to Hockey so he can drop to the tail end of the line, save some fuel. Oh, that's not how you do it. I know John Waterforce wanted to drop a couple of spots, but I don't think he anticipated that. Aussie Rule is rocking the black and blue 19. Whole lot of changing of the pace up at the front, though. Battle for the lead. Jacob looked to the inside of Hockey, couldn't make it stick. Now here comes Snowy back up through the top 5. The battle now with Zach in 6th for 3rd. He's got the 24 of T-Dog helping him out. And move the 38 of Snowy back up to P3. Where it's the 77 of Jacob trying to run down Hockey. Hockey snaking the backstretch. He sees that the 77, the only one that's close to him. Jacob's giving him a couple of fits in the opening laps. Man, that 77 really closing in on the 10. Hockey knows he can't just snake down the straightaway anymore. He's got the 77 all up in his business. I am just curious. Sorry, trying to do something in the background right now. The 77 still running in second. Can't seem to get a run. Oh, look at this. Back here in this ginormous jumble of cars. The 24 of T-Dog takes over third spot. And the 96 of Nascarillo. Running a very nice paint scheme. Now these guys starting to really line it up here. Jet Blast gets up a spot past the 88. Well, we keep an eye on this 77 trying to run down that 10. We'll actually go back here to the 24. T-Dog, who's in a fight now with Zach N6 to his inside. Oh boy, here we go. They're still fighting. Scrapping it out here for the third position. Now we'll pull up points. Jet Blast still your points leader in that one car, with the 19 of Aussie Rules sitting second. Jacob in the 77, though, who sits second on track, sits third. All three drivers still have that one win in total to their name, but a lot of points separating them. Jet Blast, the only driver to crack 200 now, as it is an 8-point battle from second to third. And so much fighting going on here. Right now, it's Zach N6 and Nascarillo now fighting for that top spot of the second pack. Nascarillo into the outside wall. Real easy to do on the exit of these corners. That car just slides out from under you, especially when you put the power down too quick, and you'll be collecting that a couple of pinstripes from that outside wall. John Waterforce, though, up +4, gets past Hockey Bukaki. Nascarillo right now, it is just incredible. The difference in the point standings. Aussie Rules has been finishing these races strong. He's like, stage only has one stage win when first and third both have 3. 6 stage top 5s when first and third both have 10 plus. And yet sits 8 points above Jacob, which is very interesting. Meanwhile, these two aren't leaving each other. The 77 is losing a little bit of time to Hockey, though. But here we go, green flag pit stops now underway. Zach in 6 will try and short pit the field. Look at the nose damage on the one car. That is some heavy outside wall damage. Oh, and now we see where it came from. Holy. T-Dog now losing a bunch of time to the 96 of Nascarillo and the 19 of Aussie Rules. Aussie, now your third place driver. There is the 48 now rejoining the racetrack behind first and second. So he is one lap down. Still waiting on other drivers to come down here and take those green flag pit stops. So we'll have to wait and see the leader, top two or not. 48 showing us how good that fresh equipment is. Just on corner exit alone, able to make the move on the 77. Now he'll clear him and run down the 10 of Hockey Bukkake. Right now, 7 laps. 7 laps remain here before these drivers have to come down and make their green flag pit stop. We'll see once they cross the line where they are at. Oh, here comes the 77. Jacob now down pit road. And the 24 T-Dog now just exiting. So now we're starting to get the slew of drivers. So now we'll go to Hockey Bukkake. See if he, look at how big of a lead the 48 has. There's T-Dog just ahead of him. Will we see the 10? Yes, Hockey Bukkake gonna pit this time. Which means now we'll go to the 77 of Jacob, getting off of pit road. There is the 17 of John Waterforce. And Zach N6 to the inside of T-Dog. He is through. That is for position. And now Jacob will try to blitz a good lap. Try and get to that 10. Hockey Bukkake will run on his hood cam. See where he falls out. His hood cam in game and his hood cam on my screen are two entirely different hoods. His is pretty well good. On this screen, not so much. There's the 10 of Bukkake. Jacob couldn't do it on the track, does it on pit road. He is past the 10. Hockey Bukkake falls to second now. Snowy rejoining the racetrack along with Nascarillo in the 96. John Waterforce giving chase behind. Oh, sorry, it was Aussie Rules, not Nascarillo. That was my bad. Slick and Nick. A lot of drivers we're used to seeing having a lot of good runs. The 9 of Slick and Nick not looking like himself here. Nascarillo now exiting pit road. But Jet Blast, your points leader, struggling mightily here today. And then you got the 88 of Amar. Also another driver we're used to seeing in the top 5. Not having the run he wanted to have. So we get back to Jacob, your race leader, still with a hell of a lead over the 10. Now we'll see how many laps they have left to go. Jet Blast, though, your current leader, 7 laps to go. The one car is actually your leader on track. He's finally down pit road to make his green flag stop. Wanted to lead a couple, why not? So 7 to go. And what a job Jacob has done. These two, Jacob and Bukaki, have been very similar in their lap times, as it looked like. No, that's the 17 and the 96. Nascarillo and Waterforce duking it out for 7th, I think. And Jet Blast back on track. He's out in 3rd place. So not bad by Jet Blast. Have to wait and see, potentially at the end of this one, to see what he did. There should be 5 laps to go. It is 5 to go here at Indy, or at least in stage 1. Oh, Jet Blast to the bottom of the racetrack. Letting these other drivers go by. He's got to be having some kind of lag issue. So down to 4th goes the 1. Up to 3rd is the 48. Aussie Rule is now going to get by the 1 of Jet Blast. Whoa, what was that by the 19? No, it wasn't the 19. It was the 96, I believe. It was. Nascarillo making moves. Now we go back to the 19, who's making a move for 3rd on the 48. Zach in 6th. And consider the move made. Aussie Rules up to P3. Now 3 to go. Jacob has driven a great stage. That gap has stayed around 2 seconds. It was actually probably around 1.8. It was actually, this gap's getting bigger. Jacob is really starting to hit his stride now. But we'll see how that all fares out once we go back to once we get back going in stage 2. This stage is coming to the white flag, I believe, this time, but I will get confirmation on that when they cross the line. No, 2 to go, so 2 more laps around. Nazi Rules breaking away from the 48 and the 1. No other battles look to be going on track. This field very well spread out, which usually happens on these green flag cycles, especially with a field as small as this one for a track the size of this one. But this will be for 1 to go. White flag is out for the 77 of Jacob. Oh, and a yellow brings us to the end of the stage. Caution comes out, stage ends. Jacob, your stage winner. Hockey Bukaki second. Ozzy third. Jet Blast fourth. John Waterforce rounding out the top 5. Nash Carrillo 6th. Zach N 6th. 7th. T-Dog 8th. Snowy 9th. And Slick Nick rounding out your top 10. Now that's interesting. I was wondering why I was in the middle of a run and everybody decided to stop or slow down. That's crazy. But we go back to your stage 1 winner. See the one at Jet Blast drop into the back. Lag issues continuing to persist. But now side by side for the lead between the 77 and the 10. Oh, Bukaki trying to clear him. He does. Hockey Bukaki back to the point. Jacob back to second. John Waterforce has moved that 17 up to P3. Oh, but that doesn't come without a challenge. And Aussie Rules trying to fight John Waterforce for P3. Everybody else has sorted themselves out pretty well. Hockey, now the one pulling away from Jacob. A little farther back here in the field, Snowy. The 38, the 24, also getting into a battle. T-Dog giving the pressure to Snowy. I know that fight. Oh boy, car on the grass here, the 88. Here comes Nash Carrillo as T-Dog finds himself in the wall. Here goes the 48. Zach in 6. Up at the front, the 19 of Aussie Rules and John Waterforce. Through to second. They both get by Jacob. How the hell? Oh, Jacob just missed a corner. Got dove under. And wow, what is going on with our stage 1 winner? Look how much ground he's lost to those two already. I get that they're drafting, but this is drastic. Now is John Waterforce and Aussie Rules, the two drivers that sat on the front row to kick this one off, now have the task of running down your race leader. Five laps complete. 6 now. In stage 2. Told you these laps do not go by quick. About a minute a lap. Just about, give or take. Oh, Waterforce into the wall hard. And that'll allow Aussie Rules through to second. Here comes the 77 through. Jacob back to P3. And the leader ahead of Jacob by 1.5 seconds. The car in front of him, 0.5 second. Now we see Jacob run down the 19. Could play that short pit call again. See how that fares. Battle on again. 17 hard into the outside wall. May have gotten a little help on that one. As you saw Jacob back off of the 17 there. And what a lead the 10 has on the field. Bukaki's setting the world on fire right now with a lead that is a duration of time. But we still do have to get through the green flag stops. When will they happen? No. Will we see these drivers work together? No, that's not working together at all. Jacob underneath the 19. You saw Ozzy try and make that heavy block on the 77. But Jacob was not being denied the position. Now Jacob in front of this second pack. We'll see if he can run down the race leader now that the fastest car is ahead of this pack of 4. They just need to get sorted out behind him or they're going to be left out. It'll be easier for them to catch up to the 77 though, as he does not have anybody's draft to slip into. I swear, man, this game does not want the 77 to have an engine noise. Hockey Bukkake on rails right now as the race leader. Now that train of 4 really starting to line up. It's got to be tight. Escarilla pushing the crap out of the 48. I just saw that. Ooh, a little bit of a glitch there. Out of the corners. I think we just saw Jacob take a dive. Yeah, it was. It was Jacob. Lost the spot, too. Goes from second to third. Battle here for second. Jacob trying to get by John Waterforce. To the inside goes the 77. This is the preferred line, but gets it a little loose. Has to give up the fight. John Waterforce lives to hold on to second. Oh boy, Hockey Bukkake. Short pits the field as the race leader. Oh, hard into the wall is a 77 out of turn 2. And Snowy elects to go with Jacob in the 77. Oh boy. No leaders yet again, so Jacob, your race leader on actually, no, sorry, John Waterforce should be your race leader on the racetrack. And you saw the 90 trying to get his position back. Following along with Nascarillo here, just outside of all these duking outs going on in the front row. Sits third on the track right now. We still have drivers that have yet to come down and make their stop. Ozzy, Zach in 6, down pit road. John Waterforce remains your race leader on the track, still yet to pit. running out of laps. Only 5 laps left of fuel. There's the one of jet glitch. Man, and the 77 is just pushing the absolute crap out of Water Force. These guys trying to work together here to keep their lap times up. By using the bump draft, staying with each other, their lap times stay quick. And they don't lose as much time to those who took tires, which is huge for them trying to keep their track position. But still, only 4 laps, now 3 laps of fuel left. So 3.5 laps of fuel remaining in these cars, and their right rears are shot. Or at least the 77s is what happened. Oh, the 24 rejoins the race course. Splits up 17 to 77. Because they're split up, does that encourage them to pit? Absolutely not. They are riding it out for the long haul. This time by, we'll see what the laps to go is. 6 laps remaining. Oh, Tito trying to get by the 17 of Water Force. Not going to happen that way. Oh, Tito trying to pack it to the inside. Didn't. This time, though, the exit speed will... Oh! And here we go, the 77 of Jacob on pit road. John Waterforce riding it out for the long haul. He's going to go one more lap, then he too will pit. Oh, heavy wall contact by the 17. Trying to stay in the draft of the 24 T-Dog, not able to do it. And here we go, your race leader now on pit road. We could go to the 77. Yes, we can. He is off of pit road and about ready to rejoin the racetrack. We'll see where he falls. There's the 10 of Hockey Bukkake. Where's the 17? John Waterforce now just getting off pit road. There's the 1. Here's the 10 and the 77. Bukkake should take over the race lead here once he goes by. Oh, and Timmy is here. My good buddy. Hello.
Am I in the right room? Hi.
Hi.
What you doing?
Just doing the NARS race.
Oh.
At Indy.
What stage?
2. Just about to end stage 2, honestly.
Oh wow, I'm way late.
Yeah, I sent you a pretty late invite, but that's all right. I was late too, so literally started the stream as we were going green. I'm like, oh, we're just a tad behind. So right now, Hockey Bukaki is. Oh no! Oh, Jacob around! Oh, the 88 makes a hell of a save trying to miss him, though, but that's crazy. Jacob, the only challenger that Tana Hockey Bukaki has had all race long. And actually, the one of Jet Blast is your race leader, with 2 laps to go ahead of the Tana Hockey Bukaki. Still dealing with what I can only believe are those... I wonder if I can see what the hell the one's doing on Jacob's stream. I also want to see what the hell happened to him. I'm not seeing any glitching. Oh, did he go too low? No, he just... Oh, smacked the crap out of the wall. Rode it down a portion of the short chute in 1 and 2, and it just sent him for a ride.
Yeah, not obviously something you want to do at Indianapolis. Because it's such a high-speed track, you give up a little, you give up a lot, and with a wall hit like that, it takes a while to get back up to speed.
Well, the good news is that this should be the white flag here in stage 1 or 2. Jacob's going to take a little bit longer to get to the line now, but Jet Blast should... He's going to be snaking down these straightaways, but should be able to hold on here for the stage win unless Hockey Bukaki pulls some magical thing out of his hat. Now through turn 3, through the short chute. One more corner, and then it's riding the front stretch. All the way to the yard of bricks. Can barely see the green and white checkered waving, but he will come across the line. Jet Blast, your stage 2 winner. And Hockey Bukaki will finish in second. And Jacob spins it again. Oh, hard lick out of turn 4. Oh no. Got loose through 3 and 4, or on the exit of turn 4, tried to save it, cuts it up the track into the outside wall, and bounces all the way to the inside wall. What was a second place run in this stage ends in a 10th place finish. Excuse me. But it was Bukaki second, Water Forest third, Aussie Rules fourth, Snowy rounds out your top 5, Nascarillo sixth. 7th is Amar T-Dog 8th, Slick Nick 9th, and Jacob rounding out the top 10. But the good news, though, is that this is a, 11-car field, so Jacob's still got the ability to try and make a run at it. Small field, big track, a lot of places to make a move.
Now's the time to make those moves happen.
He'll get a spot here with the one falling to the back. He's been suffering through some lag issues all race, and I think I just saw a dose of it there. No, that was a 9. But Jacob already up 2 spots, though, from 11th to 9th. Ooh, Bukaki into the wall. Side by side, though, Waterforce and Snowy. Are you just watching
the
this?
19 car hit it too. He lost about 3 spots through turn 3.
Yeah. Ooh, Nascarillo. Run on with the 17. The 38 still fighting for that second spot, and it will be Snowy winning it out. Snowy been trying to get back up into the top 3, let alone top 2 for a while. No, man, Waterforce into the wall. Almost came down and collected the 96.
It's such a demanding track to get any sort of racing here when you're taking a bunch of heavy stock cars racing on a flat track that was meant for open wheel racing for like 100 years. And that's what makes this place such a challenge and so important for these guys to try and win. Because it is, apart from maybe Pocono, unlike any other track on the schedule. And I say Pocono because that's probably the one track that's races similar to that. But yeah, when you get side by side, it's like walking on a tightrope.
Yeah, especially when you get on the throttle too early on exit and that car just slides out. I've always had that problem here, just finding the right spot on exit to like get back in the throttle so that way you can try and get as much exit speed as possible. Because these straightaways, especially down these long straightaways, exit at 2 and 4, have really been biting the crap out of people today. Hold on. Is that the 96 running third? It sure is. Nascarillo in his best spot on track in this race. He's been in third before, but he's been off the lead in third by about 3 seconds. Couldn't even sniff the leader. Now here he is in third again, but now in the draft of both first and second.
That Rillo, man, he is sneaky. Like, we're getting close to the buzzer. He is getting closer and closer to the front. Like, he kind of stays under the radar in some of these races, and from what I noticed, he seems to shine best towards the end. We saw that at Charlotte a couple weeks ago when he got his second win of the season. And right now, setting his sights on number 3 on the year.
This time running the rainbow scheme on the 96, which is actually not a terrible paint scheme. I mean, it makes it look like a printer advertisement.
That's the ComScope sponsors I guess Daniel Suarez had before he went to Trackhouse, because they carried over with Suarez to like the early years at Trackhouse where he ran that colorful car, and that's kind of similar. It's not as colorful as this Trackhouse car, but it looks alright.
Yeah, and now it looks like Snowy dropping purposefully to third, giving Nascarillo second. I've been seeing that all race, drivers giving up spots. Is that so that way they can get back into a better draft spot and save fuel?
Maybe. I mean, I just joined. I don't know what the fuel window has looked like in this race, but judging off of what I saw in stage 2,
I think it's like 20 laps.
20 laps, and it depends on how much fuel these guys can make.
20 laps on the dot.
These cars on this track. And I mean, it's not necessarily exclusive to Indianapolis or these cars for that matter, but I see that a lot where a car will spend a little too much time out of the front in a race where they need to save a little bit of fuel, and they decide at some point, alright, I need to drop out of line and try to play the long game, and they'll drop to the back of the line. They'll save maybe a lap or 2 at most, but at most you could probably save about 1 lap with just coasting off the draft of another car. More than a lap, you're gonna have to do you're gonna have to conduct a whole lot of magic behind the wheel to make that work.
And 22 laps to go, so they will have to pit with 8 laps to go. 14 laps left to fuel, 22 laps left in this race. There's a Tana Hockey Bukaki. I was just going to say, Jacob, now just outside the top 5 has the 19 of Aussie Rules just ahead of him. He's all the way up to 6th after restarting at the tail end of the field. Oh, trying to get to the 10. Where are you? There you are. Oh, Snowy. As soon as I do, Snowy gets by Nascarillo and Snowy back into P2. Wonder if he just had a slip up, carried him all the way to the inside, and Nascarillo just had the momentum and is now they're side by side yet again. Snowy missing the entrance to turn 1, and that gave Rillo a lot of inside to look at, but able to carry the momentum on the outside through 2, and Snowy holds on to 2nd place. And Hockey Bukaki is loving it.
One thing that can surprise people about Indianapolis, you can definitely run that second groove as a defense line. Because that car on the inside will not have enough room to slide outward, and there's just not enough grip on the white curbing on the inside to make the pass work unless the car on the outside slips up a little bit. So if you are running that second lane like Snowy just was, and you keep it in the gas, you are keeping that door closed from the car on the inside of passing. It's definitely doable, and Snowy just proved that there.
I was going to say it's doable, and we've seen it a lot tonight as we have a pass for 5th. Jacob and Aussie Rules going side by side, drag racing down the backstretch. Jacob trying desperately to put himself in the best scenario. The more
He's
positions.
Hard on the side draft right now.
Oh yeah, but he clears. He's through. 19 could not hold him off on the outside. And now this could definitely help put him in a better spot for that green flag pit, the inevitable money stop, to try and at least get himself back into a podium finish after, having his stage 2 end in the worst possible way. We'll go back up to the front and look at Snowy now. Try and reel in the 10 of Hockey Bukaki. They've sort of lost touch with them in their little back and forth they were having. Nascarillo and Snowy were. So the 10 was able to break free and get a bit of a gap. So these guys are really just barely sniffing any draft, if any, off of the 10. Jacob and the 19 trying to work together here to help them both out, trying to catch the 17 of John Waterforce, the next on their hit list. They are closing that gap fast right now, 0.4 of a second between the 77 and the 17. And that fuel window continuing to close. 77 is in the 17's draft. So on these straightaways, this front straightaway, I think he'll have him. He's right on the bumper of Waterforce now.
He just wants a taste of Sunny D.
Well, that was weird, too, because they took the same line. The Waterforce better on an exit than Jacob did, and a whole car length lost by the 77, which is insanity. Really, it looks like he's focusing so much on entry speed because he gains the crap out of him. Sorry, I'm getting a random text, my bad. I don't know what...
I was gonna say, I know I've only been here for about, like, 5 minutes, but I am getting messages from the production office down the hallway, and they're asking me to join a meeting. So, I know, it's a bit irresponsible to do it in the middle of the race, but I gotta take this one, so...
Alrighty. That's alright, I'll round this one out. That was nice to have Timmy up here in the booth for a little bit, give his insight. Always love his insight on tracks like these where I don't normally run a whole lot of laps on, so Timmy's run a bunch of laps on all these tracks, so it's nice. Riding on with the 24 T-Dog. He was having a little bit of a moment, wanted to see if he could keep it under control, and he does. As we go back up to the front, the 96 and Ascarillo. Look at the 10 now. He sees that these guys are catching him. They have caught him. They have run down. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of like random text right now. That is very distracting. ADHD is really going nuts. But the 77 with these three now. Oh man, the 77 on an island by himself is not what he wants to see. His partner is gone. Aussie Rules has lost touch with the 77, and that's not what Jacob needed. He needs to have somebody here working with him on the straightaways. Hockey Bukaki. Short pit in the field again. We'll see how all these varying strategies pay off. 5 laps of fuel left, though. 13 laps left in this race. Snowy. Race leader. Ooh, a little bit of action going on here in the back. A little farther back. John Waterforce. And it looks like the 88 that just came back on track after making his his final stop of the day. As it looks like the 38. Oh, everybody. Snowy, Rillo, Ozzy. All right, and here we go. Jacob on pit road. Here comes Snowy out. We're going to look at the 10, Hockey Bukaki, who's riding behind the 9. This is actually exactly what you want to see if you're the 10. Slow car, get a little bit of that draft. There's Snowy in behind, so Snowy will not be your race leader. But what about the 77 of Jacob? Where will he fall? Off of pit road comes the 77. 15-second stop. Waterforce, your race leader. Nascarillo second. Huh? Hold on, wait a minute. Did Bukaki get a penalty? I think Hockey Bukaki had to have gotten a penalty on pit road. Oh no! Because right now, John Waterforce still has to pay. He's out of it. But it's Nascarillo, Jacob, and Ozzy. Oh my! What a shakeup we have had. And Jacob now has to run down the 96. This is exactly what Timmy was talking about. Nascarillo showing up at the end of these races, already has those 2 wins on the season, and he's looking to go for 3. He does. 2 wins, the most of any driver, and he has set himself up in the perfect spot. Where is the 17? On pit road now. But can Jacob, who's been one of the fastest cars on track, be able to run him down? A second is the gap. Drops to 9/10 just on the straightaways alone. 9 laps to go. Right now staying about that 9/10. Oh my goodness, and wouldn't you know it, John Waterforce exits pit road as your race leader. So, another shakeup. The 10 out of it. The 17, bold strategies. But the 96 and the 77 are closing. He will not be safe forever. The gap was 3.4, now 1 second. And Nascarillo is in his draft, but Jacob is also catching that 96. This is going to be a battle here to round this race off. What kind of maneuvers? They're all in each other's draft now. Jacob has done well to catch the 96. Here he comes! Oh, trying to take him into the inside wall. The 96 blocks the crap out of Jacob. Nascarillo trying to make sure he's the first one by Waterforce. Now side by side. Nascarillo has seen the 77 close him down. Oh, a little bit of contact. And if you're Nascarillo, you have to clear this 17 in this corner. And if you're the 17, you gotta be fighting for your life. And no, he does just that. Now the fight on for the win. With still over 5 laps to go, I do know that. The 96 trying to break the draft, snake to the inside, comes back up, and you can see immediately when he gets his draft back. Closing laps here at Indy. And we're about to have a classic. 6 laps to go. What was a probably about a 1.2 second gap is now on the bumper. The 77 going as low as he can. Thought he had a run. 96 to the high side. Rillo, who's done so well at the end of these races to put himself at the front. But it's Jacob on the comeback trail who takes the lead and now runs the table Here at Indy, 5 laps to go. Does Nascarillo have some fight in him? Dives to the inside. Can he get to him? Jacob has done well to run him down with no help at all. Now Nascarillo is going to have to really push it hard to try and just keep it close with that 77. Oh, both drivers in the wall trying to get that as wide as they can on entry. Really good corner by the 96 there. Nice and smooth on the white line. Keeps him right there with the 77. Oh, boy. Rillo just trying to be smooth. Jacob trying to do what he's been doing this whole race to keep himself on par, if not better than the 96. Rillo is not going anywhere yet as the laps continue to wind down. 4 to go. '77 doing everything right. Snake the track. Meanwhile, throughout the field, no other real battles going on. So we'll stay up here with your leader as we hit 3 laps to go. And how about this run by Jacob? This 77 has been through the ringer today. He's been up, down, all around, in the wall, spinning through the grass. Stage 2 was absolutely not his friend. And if this was a bigger field, you could have definitely written him out. But today was the perfect day to have a bad day, as he has been able to capitalize on this stage, made all the right moves. 3 laps to go. He is really mirror driving now, but he can stay comfortable. Gap now 0.7 of a second. 2 laps to go. But he's made all the right moves in this stage. Started at the tail end of the field, all the way back in 11th position. And before the money stop, had worked himself all the way up to all the way inside the top 5. Believe he made it up to 4th. But he was still well behind the 10, who ended up getting penalized on pit road, ruining his day. So that was an extra spot gained. And then had the help of Aussie Rules to draft him 1 lap to go here at Indianapolis. With the help of the 19, though, this 77 Chevrolet worked its way up through the field. And through consistency and pure driving talent. Ooh, as we got a battle back here. John Waterforce trying to hold on to P3. He has got Aussie Rules all over his backside, but we go back to the 77, who's going to come out of turn 4. He will see the flagman in the stands. No pressure from behind. What a drive by Jacob. He will win at Indy. John Waterforce holds on to 3rd, and Nascarillo gets a top 3 finish, finishing in 2nd. Aussie Rules 4th, Zach in 6th, rounds out the top 5. Jet Blast 6th, T-Dog 7th, Amar 8th, Hockey Bukaki 9th, and Snowy will round out your top 10. What a drive by this 77 car. had over a second gap to close. He did that and then put another second on it. Gap was about 0.8 of a second. As now we look to get that top three in the field, or top three in the booth. Oh, hey, it helps if I'm not muted. That's cool. There's Jacob.
Hello.
Hello. All right, cool. I wasn't muted for long. John, you gotta stop appearing offline, dog. I gotta put way too much work into finding you. All right, but here we go. Let's. Oh, I don't have your alternate paint scheme. Damn it. Oh well. But we'll get this top three interview session underway. Post race starts now, and we start with the driver who fought like hell just to finish third. Had a lot of challenge from Aussie Rules, but able to hold on is the 17 of John Waterforce.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, buddy? Well, I mean, top three, not a bad day, especially for a track that's as tricky as this one. How was this 17 today?
I drove like crap. It was awful. Um, I told you I was going to put in more practice. Well, I really didn't. So I just kind of threw in a setup just to see. I mean, it was kind of random. Um, it would drive okay for like the first 5 laps, and then it just seemed like it would fall off. But I wanted it to be a little bit tighter, but then at the same time I kept overdriving it, and I would smack the wall, which pretty much negated um, any progress that I may have gotten. So I don't know what else I could have done. I mean, I threw on 2 tires on the last stop just to see what I could do. I didn't really expect to win. I wanted to win. That was the goal, to win. But after that, I didn't really expect to win. Just seeing how far ahead I was of everybody else, and I wasn't far enough ahead. But I'll take a third. After all that, I'll take a third. Cool, Walbert, you good?
If I'm not fucking muted. Oh, I did that muting. Sorry, I've been having a coughing fit, so I mute myself, and sometimes I forget to put it back on. But yeah, no, I know we got. I was getting lost in the points or in the points, and I was trying to find the schedule. But I know we got the All-Star race next week. What is it like knowing that next week is gonna be one of those just for funsies? You know, we don't have the pressure of points racing.
It'll just be another race. I always enjoy the All-Star races though, because you don't really like you just going for to win. You know what I mean? Like there's no points involved, so it's a little bit of relief, and you just kind of go in, no pressure, just go in, just drive.
All right, brother. Well, hey, congratulations on a hard-fought third, and we will see you next week at Iowa.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. And now we go to trying to find your car number here real quick. No, I don't care about the Pro League guys. They don't matter. But we go to the driver who finished second, and that is Mr. Nas Carrillo. You got your ears on, brother? All right. Hey, man, I don't know what it is about you, but qualifying, not always your friend, but somehow, some way, you are right where you need to be at the end of these races. What could have been done differently at the end of your race that could have put you either farther ahead at 77 or put you in a better spot to hold them off? Yeah, I'm still just like amazed because I had Timmy up in the booth for a little bit. He came in and he chit chatted for a little bit, but he brought up the fact that I haven't even caught on to. But you all like, what is it about you at the end of these races? Like, do you have a strategy for all these tracks, man? Because seriously, this was yet again another track or another time you could have gotten a win, and you got two on the year right now. What is with this consistency that you've been showing? All right, brother. Well, hey, congratulations on hard-fought second place, and we look forward to seeing you next week at the All-Star race at Iowa. Hmm. Oh, I know. I don't doubt that you won't be. But now we move on to our race winner. That is the man who put in some mother effing work today, the 77 of Jacob.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to describe my race.
Well, you got the
Stage one,
spin
we
and
felt
win.
well. Stage one, we were fine. We were up front. We ended up winning that stage simply just due to a little bit of a pit strategy in terms of pitting a little earlier than some of those guys who got ahead of them. Was able to hold on and get the stage win. Stage two, we were pretty much of the same, and then we pitted, took two tires, and that's when the car just completely decided to tell me to go F myself, apparently, because it just decided it was gonna eat some wall about three times. Hit about just about every dang car out here tonight. Um, and then stage three, we had to work from the back, of course. We just kind of worked our way through the field and managed that. I think we just had a little bit of a better long run car than most of the guys in front of us, and we were able to catch up to the front pack. And then, unfortunate for the 10 and the 38 to get pit road speeding penalties. That's ultimately another factor. Me and Rilla were able to get 1-2 easily because the two other guys that were with us were out of the race at that point. We made an adjustment on the last stop. I added a little bit more tape, tried to get a little bit more straight line speed because I was figuring I was going to have to with them being kind of in a group, and then obviously they ended up not being in a group. But I think that ultimately helped me. I was at probably a lot higher tape than probably most people would even dare to go at that point. But we're just trying to do what we could to get the win. And if you were in the chat we were in, you probably would have thought I would have had no chance of coming back and winning that one, and I didn't think I did either. So
Yeah, no, it was incredible to watch, and especially when you guys got to John Waterforce, and that little bit of, I mean, a little bit of bump in the road for you, and you're quite because you were over a second back, and you closed down, and then you not only got by him but added another second. What was so good about this car compared to how at the end compared to how it was throughout the race?
at the end, we made a wedge adjustment. We just made some tire adjustments to try to make the car better for the long run. Because the first two stages, our car was great in the short term, but in the long term, we just wasn't good. Especially in stage two, we took the two tires and just not having the right balance in the car and wedge and making it a little bit more tighter. We just figured that was what we needed to win. So.
Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, all of that paid off in spades because you not only got the win, you drove away with the win. The spin and win. Finally got to see one of those in this league, and that was really cool to see, man. You definitely put on quite a show. I know we got the All Star race next week, and how are we feeling about like going in there, being able to relax for a race instead of having to be amped up trying to get as many points as you can get?
I mean, all-star races are nice to kind of give you a little bit of a break in the middle of the season. You just go in there, you just have a little bit of fun. You don't really necessarily. I mean, you want to win just for a little bit of pride and stuff. But as far as like just coming out and having a good time, that's really what it's for.
All right, brother. Well, hey, congratulations on your win today. You definitely earned it, and we will see you next week at the All Star race at Iowa.
Thanks. We're looking forward to it, and we're happy to win the inaugural Brickyard 400 for the league. So.
Well, you definitely put on quite a show for everybody with your march to the front. And that will do it for us here tonight at Indianapolis here for the NARS Cup Series. And we will see you next week for the All-Star Race. Nice little pause in the action. Let the boys go out there and rip a couple laps for fun. See who can come out and get the win. But for tonight, that will do it for us. My name is Walbridge. This has been the North American Racing Cup Series at Indianapolis, won by the 77, and we